Today I'm going to be showing you how I decorated this St. Patrick's Day birthday cake. Come join me. So a few days in advance I needed to make some of the decorations. So here I am mixing up some black fondant that I'm going to be using to make some gold coins to go on top of the cake. After I had the color mixed in, I rolled it out so that I could cut out the coins. So I used the top of a sprinkle container. This is a perfect shape and size for what I was looking for here. After I had those cut out with the circle, I just kind of pushed around the sides of each one of the coins so that they were a little bit less ragged edges. Then I went back and I dusted off any excess powdered sugar that might have been on these coins. And you may be wondering why I used black. I did that because I knew that the gold luster dust would show up really brilliantly with black background. So that's why I chose the black. So here I am using some gold luster dust and a little bit of lemon extract to mix together a paint to paint each one of these coins. And as you can see, it's pretty vibrant on these coins. So I went over them once, and then I will go over them again, which you'll see here in a minute. And that really makes them shine, and they're very sparkly. So perfect for this cake. After I did one side, I flipped them over so that I could do the other side. And I painted the other side. And here I'm going over them a second time, so you can see that they are quite vibrant. Can't see any of the black coming through on the ones that I've done a second time. So again, perfect for what I was looking for on this cake. After I finished going over these with the gold luster dust, I then took some silver luster dust the same way using some lemon extract, and I painted just like a dollar sign on each one of them. Then I left these dry for a few days so that they were ready to go for the day that I decorated the cake. So here I am beginning to decorate the cake. This is a quarter sheet cake. I'm using some white buttercream to decorate the cake. I did not level off the top of this cake, so you will see me here momentarily building up the sides of this cake on the top to make it a level cake. Here's where I'm doing that. So once I kind of use this icing to build up the top, I'll put it in the freezer, which will help in building up the top of this cake. And I'm going over the sides again to make sure that there's no cake showing. This cake is for an older gentleman whose birthday is on St. Patrick's Day, and so they wanted a birthday cake decorated for St. Patrick's Day, but for it to say happy birthday. And now I'm going back on and now decorating this cake. You'll notice that I add some icing and then I take some away, which you don't see me take it away, but you'll notice where that happens. I'll point it out once we get to that part of the video. Just using different piping tips and different colors of green to frame the top of this cake. Now initially I'd planned to just line 2 of the sides and then write happy birthday in the open white space. But then I realized that I wanted to frame the entire cake, and so I needed to get rid of some of the excess piping that I had done along those 2 sides. So when we come back to the next part of the video, you'll see that I had cut off and evened out the piping on those 2 sides where I had added piping already. And here you can see that I had evened that out, and now I'm going back and I am adding piping to the other 2 sides so that I can frame the entire cake. And in this video, I'm using the 1M, 2B, 2D and 6B piping tips. And now I'm going in and I'm adding a shell border around that border that I did around the whole cake. I hope that made sense. And then in that little window that's open, I'm going to write happy birthday. Now I'm going to do just a star tip border around the entire bottom of the cake. With that, I've written happy birthday. I'm just going back and adding some extra emphasis on each of the letters. And then the last thing I'm doing is I'm adding some little pieces of green chocolate that I had made earlier in the week. And I'm also going to add those gold coins that I had made earlier in the video. Once I've added those, that will just about complete this cake. I do go back and add a shamrock that I pipe, which you'll see here in a second, to that little spot beside the word happy. And then that will complete this cake. And here I am piping that small shamrock. I put this into the freezer to give it some time to set before I put it onto the cake. I'm switching my piping tip to a small round tip. I believe I used a number 7 to finish off this shamrock. And then I go back and I put the shamrock on, and this is what the cake looks like. If you enjoyed this, I encourage you to like, comment, share, and come back and subscribe to this channel so that you don't miss any content in the future. Thanks again for watching.